Lane Austin, first night as general manager officially. What do you got planned for tonight, man?
You know what? It is the 6th annual Ashlynn McClure Memorial. So, what I was thinking, I'll go ahead and tell you guys. Something special. We're going to have an 8-man tournament, and we're going to see who is the real best of the best. Let's try to you, Austin Lane. Anything else you need?
Have a good show tonight, man.
We will.
No, that's
no way.
No way. It is
Farmer Billy Hills.
draped in the American flag. That's the American dream right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
but
Jeff
he's with the Pinnacle.
It doesn't look like it.
Hey Jeff, Odell, I don't know where you're at right now. I got 2 words for you too. You're fired!
Farmer Billy Hills, thank you so much for joining me right now. As we saw last time, you turned your back on the Pinnacle. And I got to ask, how are you feeling?
I feel pretty much like the weight of the world is off of my shoulders right now. I'm not having to carry 5, 6, 7 other people anymore. I don't have to. Just that weight of all of that is just gone. So this is the best I've felt in a long time.
All right, well, that's great, and I feel like you're going to need that kind of positivity because for the tournament tonight, your first round, you're going up against what we assumed was going to be a friend and a former tag team champion with you, Dell Tucker. How do you feel going in your first match since leaving the Pinnacle to be facing him?
Hey, you're right. You know, the key word in that whole sentence is he was my friend. He was. You know, we were friends way before Pinnacle even happened. But as most of you seen on CCW Live, I have a list. Dell Tucker, unfortunately, you are my friend, but you're the first one I'm checking off of that list. Tonight, this really, really hurts me to say, but you are going to be the first victim. You're the first one I'm checking off. And I know the rest of you are going to watch this. He's not going to be the last.
Eat, sleep, train, repeat. Eat, sleep, train, repeat. Eat, sleep, train, repeat. Eat, sleep, train, repeat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Chaos here on the official channel for Cape Championship Wrestling on YouTube. My name is Shannon Young. With me tonight, Asa Gray, Ali Hebert, and the Big D, Dalton Anthony. And as you saw there from our new general manager, his first night on the job, Lane Austin, we have ourselves a tournament over the next couple of weeks to determine who is the best of the best here in CCW. And we're starting off with a huge first-round matchup between Farmer Billy Hills and the King of Darkness, Dell Tucker. Asa, it has been a long journey for Billy Hills to get to this point.
It really has. Going from CCW Tag Team Champion with that man there, Dell Tucker, as part of Farmer and the Dell. They were friends. They were allies. They were all, both members of the Pinnacle. And then when Billy got hurt, the Pinnacle kind of just cast him aside. And as Billy tried to make his return at the One Night Riot, Van Horn steals his spot, and then people like Matthias blame Billy and his injury and saying that he's a weak link within the Pinnacle, and which, frankly, Billy has had enough, and he's now made it very clear his intentions of ending the Pinnacle start here tonight at the Ashlynn McClure Memorial Cup.
And Dalton, the Pinnacle could not be choosing better people to piss off. You know, they did it with Brandon Barbwire. They did it with Sexy Sarge O'Reilly, and now Billy Hills. Not that you have to do it, but please remind our CCW fans of how dangerous and how accomplished Billy Hills is.
I would love to, Shannon, but we keep glossing over the fact that Jeff Odell has a wig right now.
You know, I wasn't going to mention it.
No, we need to mention it.
As a man that has fantastic hair, I recognize another man that has fantastic hair, and I did not recognize
that's
him.
a wig. We all watched Chaos a couple weeks ago. That was shaved. Also, he's not a blonde.
Well, no,
I don't have black hair, but there's things called hair dye.
It grew back that way.
Yeah.
When you go bald, it comes out different.
Yeah, and if he was out in the sun a lot, and it softened it. Allie, that's the thing, right? You're a fashionista.
It's a wig. Allie, tell him.
The sun does not bleach your hair that much.
Oh, and I hate to interrupt this incredible conversation about wigs, but Billy Hills and Dell Tucker, former tag team partners, former tag team champions, like you said, Asa, in the ring. And it looks like he's letting out a lot of grief that he has.
And you see there Dell mocking the injured back, mocking the injury that, for all we knew, Billy's career could have ended.
Right.
And I got to say, frankly, I'm surprised that Billy's not immediately tearing after Dell.
You know, it needs to be said that Billy Hills, and you know, we talk a lot about Billy Hills and the Pinnacle not being friends, but there was a friendship between Dell Tucker and Billy Hills. They worked incredibly well together. Dalton, multi-time tag team champion here in CCW, if I remember correctly.
Yep, I believe they won the belts 2 times. They never lost the tag team titles for the Pinnacle either. It's super important to know.
Either time, right?
Nope, I take that back. They lost it once.
To Jeff Cobb and Blaster, who is, of course, now back to being a lapdog for the Pinnacle.
And here we go, a first tie-up here, and Billy immediately using his size and strength advantage to just wrench on the shoulder and the arm of Dell here.
Now, Asa, you talked to Billy earlier, and I also talked to Billy off camera. He didn't seem too pleased about having to do this to Dell Tucker.
No, we saw him on CCW Live when he came on and kind of, just wrenching the hair here, but Dell smartly getting his feet on the ropes. He came on CCW Live, and he has, for lack of a better term, a hit list.
He has the Kill Bill list.
Exactly, of the Pinnacle. And we knew that the people that he was closest with, being Dell Tucker and Matthias, they were kind of, that's not where he wants to start.
Right.
So the fact that now he is kind of starting with Dell, he may have wanted to get some of that early aggression out against someone that he's not particularly close with, someone like Hollis, someone like Damone.
Well, you remember, originally this match was supposed to be Billy Hills versus Matthias, but Jeff Odell pulled Matthias, replaced him with Van the Man Van Horn. Van Horn, unfortunately, could not compete tonight. He had a long night. That's all I'll say about it. Legally, I can't say anything more. This is a family show.
Well, to interrupt you, it seems Dell may not be laughing about that injured back anymore as he tried to get behind Billy there and lift him up and just was not able to.
Well, Billy, incredible size. I mean, the big, strong bruiser, a hoss, as they used to say back when I was younger. And just scoop slamming Dell there, perfect example.
Effortlessly.
I think Billy now mocking Dell Tucker, and that's very easy to do because look at that hair. Maybe he should be wearing the wig.
I mean, really,
how many times have we had to say this? There's no timeouts in wrestling.
You'd think they'd learn, but it's the Pinnacle, so they don't really care about rules or
fashion, hair care.
It's nice that it matches. You got to admit, though, it matches his shirt really well.
That's true. He's making that shirt great again.
I don't think it was before.
Making it great for the first time?
There you go.
As we see Billy Hills swinging Dell Tucker into the ring, going back to that back there. And Billy, he might not have wanted to do this in the start, but I think he is progressing well. He's gone through the stages of grief, and I think he's now found acceptance.
Yeah, as Dell is accepting these hip checks right into the corner here.
Oh, that's a good hip attack right there, Billy. A lot of junk in the trunk. Good, more cushion for the pushing against Dell Tucker.
Gets a 2 count, a little too close to the ropes there. Dell able to power out. Maybe Billy picked that up when he teamed with Sexy Sarge O'Reilly.
That's true, yeah. One time, but my God, it was glorious. We see Billy Hills again going for tying him up with the Tree of Woe here. I'm sorry, I haven't busted this out in years. The Tree of Woe. That's right.
What's he doing?
He's got Dell's not going anywhere.
I think he's calling. Is he calling for the ring announcer? Strapping young lad.
Billy would like you all to please rise.
That's to take off my hat.
What are we rising
Yes.
for?
Be respectful.
He's actually taking his hat off. The Pledge of Allegiance. As we see. We don't want to be rude.
Not like Dell, who was just screaming his way through it. I don't think he even knows the words.
Also, Kelly was counting during the pledge.
Are you telling me the words the Pledge of Allegiance are?
Billy goes for it. Doesn't look like Dell had the shoulder up. Kelly keeping a good eye on whether the shoulder is down or not.
I think Dell's down to 1-8 going. They can't find the other one. I don't think he's worried about this match.
I think it might be inverted.
And Dell getting a little revenge there. I think he's going to the eyes.
Yeah, that's just a blatant eye rape right in front of Kelly there. Oh, fires off the ropes into a huge kick right to the face of Billy.
You know, I hate to say this, but Billy kind of brings it on himself with I mean, as funny as it was, I laughed my ass off, but it was kind of dirty.
I mean, it wasn't clean, but that's Farmer Billy Hills.
It is Farmer Billy Hills, the man.
And you got to admit, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Oh, I can't stand him.
What are you guys talking about? He just went to do the Pledge of Allegiance in the middle of the match.
That's polite, and that's definitely patriotic.
I was too busy looking at the flag. Did something happen?
No.
Oh.
Nothing that wasn't deserved.
What's happening now is Dell Tucker just blatant disrespect for the rules, choking Billy with his boot in the corner here.
Well, again, he just got stood on in a very uncomfortable place by Billy Hills. I feel like Billy Hills kind of opened up this window. Oh.
Nope.
Oh.
That's not it anymore.
Oh. I mean, that's Delta, not Alabama. I assume that goes on there. As we see Dell Tucker in the corner now, measuring up Billy Hills, and still favoring the crotchal area, Asa.
Oh yeah, that's not something you're going to be able to just walk off. That's a lot of pressure applied to a very sensitive region.
Although he is, like I said, stalking Billy Hills. What's he got planned here? Kick right under the arm, right in the rib area. Now going to that back, and Dalton, you've got all the info. Is that back still injured? Is that a thing that Billy is still worried about?
The last time I talked to Billy, he said he was at 100%, so I have to take him at word, but it's one of those you have to think that it's always going to be in the back of his mind. Also, it's going to be in the front of his mind of all of his opponents.
Yes.
It's one of those things where an injury like that, do you ever truly come back to 100%? You got to think, like we've said before, it's the blinking weak spot.
It's the boss
of the boss
thing,
fight.
Yeah.
And this is where Dell is the most dangerous.
Yeah, but look at the frustration on Billy's face there.
And Billy refusing to stay down as well. But Dell is a calculating, very deliberate striker. He knew to go for the ribs, which Billy suffered broken ribs not too long ago in his match against EC3.
That's true.
Hard kick to the ribs, followed up by immediate targeting of the back.
I feel like Billy Hills has a checklist for opponents to go down of former injuries, and that's not good for Billy Hills, especially against someone like, I'm sorry, hold on 1 second.
Crowd's not really...
I mean, we can talk during this.
I just like to hear the sound. He's going to go for the pin here. 1, 2, is that going to be enough? No, Billy Hills does manage to kick out Kelly right there. Good job on Kelly, good eye.
Just barely. And now again, Dell going for just the choke.
Do you think he cares about the Ashlynn McClure Memorial Trophy? Is that a thing that Dell Tucker cares about?
Not at all. He cares about winning. Because he knows that if he wins, it's a bigger payday. It's more infamy. You have to know, Lane made this, just raking his boot against the face of Billy Hills there. Lane made this tournament, and you have to assume that he's going to keep a close eye on this. And while there's nothing official, just look at him playing it up to the camera and to the crowd as he's just choking Billy.
It doesn't seem to me like Dell Tucker has the same reservations about fighting his former friend that Billy did in the beginning.
Oh, not at all. It's that thing where you have to almost wonder if Dell even would, I'm sure if you asked him on camera, he would say, of course they were never friends.
Right.
But how true is that?
It's hard to get close to him to do an interview.
Yeah.
I don't like the aura.
But so like I was saying, I don't think he cares about the memory of Ashlynn or, the cup at all. But Lane is going to be watching this very closely. You have to assume that there is some sort of title implications.
Well, yeah,
If you can go through 3 different opponents in a night,
right.
how does that not put you into at least consideration for a CCW championship match? And Dell knows that. Jeff O'Dell knows that.
Or over the next couple of weeks. Wink. Deadpool. All right. So we see Dell Tucker in the corner charging. And oh my God! What an incredible clothesline there.
Dell Tucker is so fast and again just so deliberate with his strikes.
And just a mean dude.
And I almost want to know if he's maybe learned his lesson from his match against Brandon that we saw, where he spent almost as much time arguing with James Storm and the referee as he did trying to attack Brandon. At this, we've seen Dell has been focused. He has not given Billy any sort of rest.
Well, I think that Dell Tucker got shook after that with that match with Brandon. You know, Cowboys James Storm definitely threw him off. Dell Tucker is the guy, though, that he should have been in that One Night Riot. He could have been the man to take on Austin Lane for the title at March Malice 2. So I think Dell Tucker has a lot to prove here, but Dell Tucker just lost some brain cells to that kick by Billy Hills, and that could be exactly what he needed to turn the tide there. Jeff O'Dell looks stunned. His hair is standing up on end.
Dell is in trouble here. You do not want to give Billy even a moment reprieve, because he will something short of death is going to keep Billy down.
Jeff O'Dell on the outside for for Dell Tucker. We see CJ Jordan out there for Farmer Billy Hills. Who do you give the advantage to? It's Jeff O'Dell. It's Jeff O'Dell.
Oh, I thought you meant between Billy and Dell, and I was going to say, well, it's whoever can get to their feet first, but...
Well, there you go, because Dell Tucker just kipped up there, and Billy Hill's taking a little bit longer to get to his feet. Ducks under the clothesline from Dell, though, and now a little punch time.
Series of right hands, and now a little shake, rattle, roll. Huge elbow to Dell's head.
I think Billy's feeling it. You see him right there. He's farmering up.
You know, despite the acts he's committed in the press, the crowd has been behind Billy Hills solidly, and they have been for months now. They've been clamoring to see him return ever since his injury.
Even when he was with the Pinnacle, he was incredibly popular. Big boot almost turned Dell Tucker inside out. Is that going to be it? 1, 2. Billy's going to advance. No. Dell Tucker manages to kick out at 2.
Did you see Dell Tucker's eyes? That was pure instinct. I think Dell might be out.
Well, did you see that big boot? I would not be surprised.
I was going to say, well, that's why Dell is out.
Oh, it's cause and effect. I gotcha. You see Billy grabbing him by those dreads, but spinning back kick by Dell and a punch, and returned by Billy. I think we're going to see these two slug it out now. This is a long time coming. Dell telling him to bring it, and he brought it.
Dell is such an accomplished and dangerous striker, but the raw strength of Billy, who is not afraid to get into a flat-out brawl.
I mean, they're just boulders. They're boulders attached to arms is what they are. And a both men shoving referee Kaeley Blankenship there, and I think he's calling. Is he calling for the bell? He is. He's calling for the bell. I think.
Is this
Did one or two of them get disqualified?
I don't know who would have gotten disqualified there. They both.
Well, then we got an announcement here.
Oh,
wait!
Hollis Giroux, former CCW champion, former CCW tag team champion, just like a coward, like the Pinnacle likes to do from behind. The numbers game. You hear the bell ringing.
It's not going to do any good. Although Billy Hills may be a little sick of that crap. As you see him a little shake, rattle, and roll on Hollis Giroux. Have a good night, sir.
If anyone knows what to expect with the Pinnacle, it's going to be Billy Hills.
Oh, no, Matthias. Matthias
Billy,
is
turn around. Billy, turn around.
Oh!
Kicks the leg right from underneath him and then looked like
hamstringed him.
Oh, going for, and again, just immediately, just like Dell Tucker, another just dangerous striker in Matthias as they continue the assault on the back here.
Probably the most dangerous striker in CCW. In Matthias, former MMA, Dalton, 45,000 I think, in mixed martial arts.
It's 20-0, Dell.
It might as well be 1,000,000 right now, considering Billy Hills is on the ground. And Dell Tucker grabbing the flag from Billy's helper.
Oh, now we have Lane out here trying to gain some order, but the Pinnacle showing the amount of respect that you would expect to show any sort of symbol of authority.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good spot for Lane to be in. His first night on the job, I know he wants to throw. We know Lane. We all know Lane. He wants to throw his weight around, but this is not. This is not smart.
I don't even say he wants to throw his weight around. I think he wants to maintain order here at CCW.
Stand up to injustice.
He is sick of the Pinnacle, night after night, week after week, month after month, thinking that it's their show, that they can do whatever the hell they want, and they can't.
Wait, Billy Hills, he's got Georgia. I think Georgia's about to be on somebody's mind.
Oh, Mathis almost looks disappointed that Dell and Hollis both just kind of bailed on him.
Oh, you know
But
he wants
Matthias
it.
still standing in the ring.
He wants it. These two want to go at it so bad. This was the match we should have gotten, and for whatever reason, we did not, thanks to Jeff Odell. And Billy taking aim right at his former best friend. Jeff Odell trying to get Matthias out of the ring. That is a good idea. Doesn't matter how great you are. Was that a warning shot?
That was a warning shot. And you have to think if that was anyone else from the Pinnacle,
He wouldn't have head.
He would have taken his head clean off.
Whoa. Put that back. Why are we freaking running?
I told everybody last month some change was coming.
There's no change.
Be quiet, you shut up.
What? Who the hell do you think you are? Nobody cares what you shut up.
This could get ugly.
You shut up. You shut up. You shut up. Fool.
Since you guys like to beat up on people 3-1,
Yeah.
this is what we're going to do. This is
You
what we're
think
going
you're
to
going
do.
to come in here after losing what? 45
This is
pounds?
what we're going to do. Next month.
Can you talk about dying?
Inferno 2. Mr. Dell Tucker.
Yeah.
Mr. Hollis Giroux.
You call it
Verse. Billy Hills. And Jack Dearden.
What?
Oh,
Did you say Jake Durden?
Jake Durden and Billy Hills will be teaming up to take on Hollis Giroux.
I think Hollis can't believe what he heard. He wants to hear it again.
I don't
Yeah, Jake Durden, Hollis.
Okay.
Very tall, very dangerous. Beard down to his feet.
Can you say the name right? Is it really hard?
I didn't want to say your name.
Who am I facing? You know what? You can call me daddy like your mom does.
I got a nice surprise for you. You got a match.
Oh, another surprise.
June 30th, Inferno 2, my choice. And we'll get back to you in about a couple weeks.
Oh, so you really
A little bit of mind games there. From Lane Austin to Matthias. You've got a match, my choice, but he won't tell him
I
who.
didn't lose anything. I don't have a pick.
Seems fair.
And that's I got to fix your Wawa's ass.
We see the Pinnacle now taking their leave, not happy about these announcements by our new general manager, Lane Austin, who's standing in the ring triumphantly with Farmer Billy Hills.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining me at this time, former CCW Tag Team Champion, Hollis Tro. Now, Hollis, you lost the CCW Championship for the Pinnacle. You just recently, with Damone, lost the CCW Tag Team Championships. At the CCW panel at Comic-Con, you even yourself said, when a gear breaks, it's just replaced. Are you at all concerned about your standing with Jeff Odell and the Pinnacle?
You seem pretty happy about that. You're over here smiling an awful lot. No, shut up. To answer your question, no. I am not at all concerned where my place is in the Pinnacle. Just to let you know, it wasn't me who lost the championship, the CCW title. It was Brandon Barbed Wire's obsession that cost me my title. We lost the tag team titles because I simply just wasn't there. I am constantly the keystone player for us maintaining those tag team championships for the last several months. I simply wasn't there. I was just a victim of circumstance. And to be completely honest with you, I enjoy my time in tag team division, in tag team competition. But I think it's time for me to branch out and show everybody in CCW why I'm the pinnacle of this company.
Thank you for your time.
Now my job with Ace is done. I have one focus, and that is to become the first ever Ashlynn McClure Memorial Trophy winner. You've seen what I can do, Hollis. Now let's play.
Crowley's gonna kill you.
Strong words there from Hollis Giroux and Jacksyn Crowley as we head into this next first round match here in the Ashlynn McClure Memorial Tournament for the trophy, that coveted trophy that so many of these guys are going for. As we see Hollis Giroux making his way out to the ring, no fear in his face despite the very creepy and ominous warnings and feelings that Jacksyn Crowley brings to this match.
I mean, I talked to Hollis, as we saw earlier, and he is as calm and collected and confident as ever. You see there with just a new championship that he won out of Kansas City. Dalton may have more information on that, but he's ready to spotlight why he is, as he calls himself, the pinnacle of CCW, and he wants to make a name for himself again here in the singles division.
He might need to update that shirt, though, Dalton.
Yeah, he's not the smartest one. I would talk about that belt.
Said by Dalton Anthony. He's not the smartest one in the company. I think you just said that he was dumber than Van Horn.
But this one's the scariest one, and that's why I don't want to talk about the belt. Y'all are going to keep him away from me, right?
Who, Hollis or Jacksyn?
Yes.
Look, I mean, I can distract Jacksyn with, I don't know, what stops a monster?
Well, and that's the
Care
thing
Bears?
we don't really know. This is the first we've seen of Jacksyn since his mission has been completed.
Yes.
We talked about it on CCW Live. Ace is gone.
Ooh.
He's not here tonight. We don't know when we'll see him again, if we ever will.
Yeah.
Because of this year-long feud that just culminated in what a lot of people are calling a match of the year contender.
Which does not sit well with Austin Lane, by the way, our champion.
I mean, it doesn't, but I mean, Austin is the kind of showman who takes pride in his performances. So.
And we do have Austin Lane, by the way, up next week in another first-round matchup against Marco Stunt,
Which
2017.
Match of the year winner.
Match of the year winner. So that is going to be incredible. But right now, Hollis attacking Jacksyn before the bell, and that's probably a smart move by Hollis Giroux, former CCW champion. Dalton, once again, remind me of how good Hollis is.
Hollis, former CCW champion, former tag team champion, is looking to win the Ashlynn McClure Cup to be the first Triple Crown winner in CCW history.
Stop it.
That being said, yeah, it's a good idea to jump Jacksyn Crowley early. That's how Ace started.
But not a good idea to take some time and showboat, as Jacksyn answers with a huge arm drag, flips him over again.
Japanese arm drag there. I know that one.
Kips up, ducks a clothesline, and just dumps Hollis onto his back here.
Now, Allie, for all of the things we said nice about Hollis Giroux, about being former champion, tell us the bad side of Hollis.
Well, he's about to die.
Well, that is true, but I believe you pointed out at the panel after CCW, the Super Show, that he also lost those titles for the Pinnacle.
And as he said, that the Pinnacle is pretty much just, they're all a bunch of gears, and when a gear goes bad, they replace it with a new one. So I think the sign of losing championships is probably a sign of a gear going bad.
Which is why you got to believe Hollis Giroux is in this to win today, so he wants to prove himself.
He absolutely is. You saw him immediately go after Jacksyn. You see him hang him up on the top rope there, just dropping him gut first. And, I mean, we don't know what Jackson's mindset is coming into this tournament, coming into this match. But we probably have a really good idea of what Hollis and anyone who's going to compete against him in this tournament is you have to strike early, you have to strike hard.
Yeah, but look what you're seeing right now. Hollis wasting time. How much time has he wasted sitting there jawing with the fans? Jacksyn has recovered. He is plenty of time to move out of the way there and sending Hollis shoulder first into that post. Hollis spent way too much time letting the crowd get to him.
I mean, it's a problem that Hollis has had.
Oh my God!
Running drop kick, just sandwiching his head into that steel turnbuckle.
That could cause permanent damage, Dalton.
He jumped from the floor up to the second rope.
And Hollis may be concussed.
That could be the end of the match there. I think we need to have someone check on Hollis. He does not look well after Jacksyn almost tried to decapitate him. Now taking the chops to the chest. Hollis, I don't know what got in his head. He was in control. He got careless, and he is paying for it right now. As we see Jacksyn Crowley coming off of that match of the year candidate is out for blood, and he is very much getting it right now.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing here is that Jacksyn does not, whether it's Ace or whether it's just someone in his way, no one is going to be safe from Jacksyn Crowley.
Not even a former champion like Hollis Giroux. He's just walking Hollis around, and I'm not entirely sure that Hollis is with it. I really do think that's something. He knocked a couple of lights out in Hollis Giroux's head. We might need to check on him. The last thing you want. Oh, never mind.
He has enough wherewithal to go after that injured leg.
Smart move, and I don't want to say this because I don't like to give credit to people that cheat, but I mean, not even cheating.
I was just
smart
saying,
move.
To be fair, that's it's a legal strike. It was
a little dirty, but
it might not be the classiest act to go after someone's leg after it has been broken,
but not illegal
and kept out of action.
Oh my God! Right against the stairs.
Right onto the corner of those wooden stairs. Just.
Did you hear that thud?
And you saw that the stairs didn't move. There was no give there. That was all onto the shin of Jacksyn Crowley.
And do you think Jacksyn Crowley maybe opened this up whenever he tried to squish Hollis's head against that post, or do you think Hollis would have gone after that leg no matter what?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it kind of just gave any sort of not even added incentive to fight dirty like we've seen Hollis do, but now he's got here for a cover. This could be it.
I'm not surprised Jax kicked out of that. After that war we saw with Ace Hawkins, we know how tough Jacksyn Crowley is. But man, Hollis is going to make him pay for what he did earlier.
And now again, just going right back after the leg, just wrenching on the knee. That's so easy to dislocate the patella.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but it looks painful.
The kneecap.
Could you just not say kneecap?
I'm smart.
Oh! Well, I don't think you have to worry about it because I don't think he has the kneecap anymore.
Yeah, that's driving it just knee first right into the mat.
Hollis now getting a little bit of steam behind him. And then hopefully he takes advantage. And if he stays on it, I think he could have this match under control. Although Jacksyn Crowley with a headbutt and a chop. Hollis reeling from that, going to throw a shot there and another one to the face, those forearms, but still favoring the leg. And once again, Hollis Giroux taking advantage of that hurt leg. Hard shot right to the face, right between the eyes. Maybe going after that broken nose again.
Yeah, Hollis, we know that Jacksyn suffered a broken nose in that match against Ace Hawkins. And there's so many different tools at Hollis Giroux's disposal. He is so dangerous in so many different ways. We've seen him be a striker. We've seen him be a brawler. We have seen him use a variety of submission moves, like we see the figure four locked in here. Oh, and just look at the way he's just pulling on the leg.
Yeah, this is
adding
smart.
So much extra torque, almost so much extra tension.
Dalton, Hollis Giroux, is he a submission technician?
Yes.
I'm
I'm
smart too. I can rhyme.
He's such a well-rounded fighter.
But that's why he was champion. He may have gotten the nod from Jeff Odell, but there's a reason that Jeff Odell chose Hollis Giroux as his chosen one, because Hollis Giroux is that good, and he's so young too. That's what's frustrating about him.
Jacksyn has to get to the ropes here. He's already been caught in two pinning predicaments, and he does.
You got to expect Hollis Giroux to take full advantage of that 5 count, and he does. No shock there.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect anything less from not just Hollis, but any member of the Pinnacle here.
Hollis now taking his time, getting up a little bit slow, giving Jacksyn some time to recover, maybe because he's still shook from that opening shot, which I think may still be affecting him.
I mean, and honestly, Jacksyn is so quick. A lot of his... as you see there, able to land on his feet and hits a huge kick that, again, rocked Hollis. But a lot of what makes Jacksyn dangerous is his speed. Hollis is smart. He's going after the injured leg. He's trying to keep Jacksyn grounded.
He's going for a pin here. Got one, two. Maybe Kaeley a little bit slow to get to that count. I wonder if that did Hollis any favors. Jacksyn maybe getting a little frustrated with this.
Firing up the crowd here, the rally behind him, because he uses the momentum of the crowd, the energy from the crowd. He feeds on it.
Still favoring that leg, as you can see it. Went for a back body drop there. Hollis Giroux reverses that into a neck breaker, but Jacksyn reverses it. Irish whip into the ropes. Ducks under the clothesline. Hollis gets him from behind. And big backbreaker. Hollis Giroux keeps up. Look at this. That is the Hollis Giroux that we remember before he became a pawn of the Pinnacle.
But look at Jeff Odell screaming for Hollis to go for the pin. You have to. I don't know why Hollis wouldn't be going for the pin right now. It looks like he's...
Well, shook his head no there. I think he wants to dish out more punishment. I don't know if he's got a vendetta against Jacksyn over, again, that shot early on may have set Hollis Giroux off.
Or I think he might just feel like he really needs to prove himself, and he really needs to make as decisive of a win as possible here.
He needs to be careful though. Jacksyn Crowley, very dangerous, like an injured animal. You have to watch him when he gets hurt.
But Hollis feels like he is solidly in control, which it's hard to argue with right now. But we've seen Jacksyn come from behind. We've seen.
Oh, look again! How much time did he waste there? And he paid for it. Jacksyn Crowley gets the feet up, boots him right square on the jaw, gets over the top rope on the outside now. Shoulder block to the stomach. He's going to flip over. Thought he was going to go for a pin there, but no. Flipped over. Still favoring that leg.
It was...
Didn't matter. Detonation kick still. Caught Hollis flush on the chest, and Jacksyn, Hollis both down. I think both men are hurt at this point. They've got to be exhausted.
Do you think Jacksyn may have just baited Hollis into charging him there? Was he playing possum a little?
It wouldn't surprise me with who he used to be. That's something that Sin would have done. And a little part of me has to think that's still in there somewhere.
Look at the way he's crawling over to Hollis Giroux. I mean, the creep factor on Jacksyn Crowley high. So is the athleticism and talent, as you see here. He may be setting him up for that top rope flipping. What does he call it, Dalton?
What does he call it, Asa?
I have yet to get a solid answer.
I don't think he cares what he calls it.
I have reached out to Jacksyn Crowley. The name that I think we have dubbed it is he's bringing him up to the gallows.
I love that name. Let's go with it. Maybe I don't love that name as much. No, I still love it. It's good. And I think he's going for that right now. But Hollis Giroux fighting his way back. Elbows to the back of the head, pushes Jacksyn Crowley off the top. He might be looking for that Giroux home driver if he can keep him down long enough. And I think he's going for it right here. The Giroux home driver. If he hits this, it is over. But Jacksyn struggling to block it. Back body drop. No, Hollis catches him. Roll up there. 1, 2. Is he going to advance? No. Jacksyn kicks out. Giroux again going for the Giroux home driver.
He knows if he hits it, it's over.
It's a dangerous, dangerous move. Ducks under the clothesline, kick to the stomach, and a third attempt for the Giroux home driver. And this might be it.
Oh, Jacksyn able to land on his feet.
Oh, bridges him.
That's it.
He got him.
Jacksyn gets the 3 count.
What an incredible closing moments there in this matchup. And Jacksyn Crowley is going to go on in the first round. And Jeff Odell, if his hair wasn't so luxurious, I'd say he was upset.
Another not great night for the Pinnacle here at CCW.
It's a wig.
Well, that's your opinion.
No,
It's a bit more than an opinion.
I think it's a fact.
It's people on the bottom get jealous.
Come on.
Speaking of which,
Hollis Giroux spine buster.
Come on, the match is over. You lost fair and square. Why am I even surprised at this
Why
anymore?
are you? You get mad every time.
Because you'd like to think we were friends with Hollis. And you have to think that, you said some of that old sin might still be inside of Jacksyn somewhere. I would like to think that Hollis that befriended us, that we knew and cared about, would still be in there. But again, planting Jacksyn with a second spine buster.
Oh, and look at this. This is disgusting. Disgusting and disrespectful. And I'm not just talking about Jeff,
who looks just so like a proud papa.
Proud papa who now has 2 men not advancing in the tournament.
Good luck, Mr. Crowley.
He's so proud of himself as we see Jacksyn laying there on the ground. But Jacksyn, don't get it twisted, Jacksyn is moving on in the Ashlynn McClure Memorial Tournament. No matter what Hollis Giroux does. Disgusting human beings. But there is your winner, and again, going on into the tournament, and I want to remind you guys that next week we have huge matchup. Austin Lane, CCW champion, going up against Marco Stunt in another first-round matchup in the Ashlynn McClure Memorial Tournament, and that is going to be incredible.
Hollis made a huge mistake.
I can't. Jacksyn Crowley is your victor and sends a very clear message to whoever he's going to face next in the tournament. And I'm a little shook myself, guys. We will see you next week.
You see, I told you, I prophesized this moment. I will become the Ashlynn Memorial Trophy winner. I feel bad for the next person because unfortunately they will meet the farm.